What's up guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about personal development for INFJs and how to create an epic life on your terms. Today we're talking about INFJs, the protector. But who's actually protecting you? We know that protecting others is part of our soul, and if somebody said to us, you have to give this up, it would mean like I'm not living my life in purpose. But what we do so often is that we put others' well-being before our own. And what I have found and what I always teach my clients is if you want to protect and if you want to serve and if you want to make the world a better place, you have to find a way to protect yourself. So if you keep thinking, oh, I'm the protector, but you don't know that there's anybody out there who's protecting you, then it's time to rethink your approach. Before we get started, I want to remind you the next bootcamp is going live June 27. That's when we start with the early bird admission. So make sure to sign up for the waiting list. So as most of you know, INFJs are considered the counselor or the protector, the advocate. There are so many titles to this, but one of them is INFJ, the protector. And I remember always wanting to be a protector. I remember when I was a child and I always watched Wonder Woman. And then when I was at school, I went behind a dumpster and I turned around 4 times. I was Wonder Woman and then I started protecting my schoolmates. This is part of me. And I've talked to so many INFJs and this is something that always comes through. We want to protect others. We want others to feel good about themselves. And there are different ways to protect others, right? There are people who want to protect through physical force. There are people who want to protect through financial freedom. INFJs want to protect others because we want to help them understand their value. We want them to feel seen. We want them to feel heard. We want to make them see that their life matters. And therefore, we're always attracted to people like this. And we get into friendships because of this. And we get into any kind of situations and relationships, and there's always this kind of dynamic. So think about the last time you had an actual friendship where it wasn't something like this, where you really felt this is my best friend or this is my romantic partner, and this isn't a situation where I feel like I'm protecting them. I am here to be their cheerleader. I'm here to be the person that uplifts them. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but we do go overboard and we do it all the time. And I know I have done the same thing. And the problem with this is that we don't see any other way. If this is part of your soul, if you believe that helping others, that is part of your INFJness, then how are you supposed to stop? Why are you supposed to stop? Well, the reason is because we're not protecting ourselves. But if you find this sweet spot where you make sure that you protect yourself first, that you're there and you always take under consideration how you feel your best, that you make sure that you fill your cup up first and then you start giving to others, you can achieve levels of protection for others, levels of abundance for yourself and others that you have never reached before. Because so often we believe we're protecting the other person. We want them to feel seen, but we completely underestimate how much of this we're actually doing out of codependency. I remember this so often when I look back at my best friends or when I look at the guys I had a crush on where it never worked out when I was younger. It was always my thought that once I would be in their life, they would feel so great about themselves. They would like me so much. They would appreciate me so much because I will bring light to them. And with my best friend, it sort of went this way because I was always focused on her and she needed that extra attention. And so we were both just enabling each other. I thought I was there to protect her. I thought I was there to make her feel better. But in the end, if you would have asked that person that you had this sort of relationship with, do you see yourself as the person who's benefiting from me? Do you see our relationship in a way that I'm here as the protector and you're the one who needs my help? Probably none of them would admit that to you. These are like those unspoken rules that you demand of the situation. And because of that, you get to experience life through their eyes. It allows you not to focus on what you want. You can experience joy through them. You can experience their journey. You don't actually have to put force into creating your own life. And when I was in this situation, I would have never seen it this way. For me, I was always there to protect her. And what I completely misunderstood was that I was first off enabling her, because every single time I was there and I was helping her and I was showing her and I was encouraging her, I was doing it in a way of, because I'm in your life is better. Without me, you would feel sad, or without me, you wouldn't see that. When the goal in the end is for you to be an example for the other person. Because as long as you're taking care of the things that the other person should take care of themselves, which is encouragement, which is self-love, that person will never take those steps. And so they always stay in need of you, which is a great strategy to make sure that your friend or a person you have romantic interest in doesn't leave you. Why do we do this? Well, yes, of course, there's this part of us that wants to protect, and I still hold on to this like nothing else. I do believe we need this. I don't think it's necessary to stop protecting people, but not in a way where, this friendship exists because I'm giving this to the other person. Believe it or not, so many INFJs believe they're misunderstood, they're an outcast, they have an inferiority complex. But when it comes to this protector role, it's very much a superiority thing. We feel like maybe others are cooler, or others experience life so much more, or they deserve happiness more than you. But you also feel like you can take others' pain, the pain that they should be carrying, the pain that they should be able to uncover, feel, and then heal. You are stronger than that. You not only can take care of your own pain, no, you can also take care of the other person's pain. And you're doing it at the price of a relationship. What I hear so many INFJs say is, how am I supposed to connect with the other person if I'm not focused on who they are and what they like and all their interests? How is that going to happen? How are they ever going to like me if I'm not focused on them? I used to be like this, and I know so many INFJs are. This is the way we've been conditioned, but it's time to change that. You deserve friendships, you deserve romantic relationships, you deserve everything because of who you are, because of how much you love yourself, and not because of how much you give to somebody else. I remember it was 5 or 6 years ago, and I read this quote. I think it was by Kiki Palmer. So nothing like really esoteric or nothing philosophical, but it was something like, I love whoever loves me. And I thought, what is this crazy talk? Why would you love somebody for loving you? Then you don't really love that person for whom they are. But after years going through the process, I understand this statement so much. Of course, you can love people for who they are and what they bring to the table. But the biggest love in your life should be towards you, because you're the center of your life. You're the light in your life. And when you love yourself, then you also love the people who want you to be the person that you already are. You don't want people to love you for what you do for them. They can be thankful for that, but in the end, I want my cup to be overflowing, which means then when I give something, I don't give because I want something back. But if I don't do anything for myself, then my cup will never be overflowing. I will give of the little thing I have left in my cup, of my cup of energy. And when you're in a position like this, you'll always have a codependent relationship towards that person. It's always going to be, I want the other person to recognize what I'm doing for them. I want them to like me for what I'm doing for them. And the list goes on and on. And it's not even because you're a bad person or because you're weak. It's just that we all need energy. We all need inclusion. And if you believe that the only way you're gonna get that is through giving something to others, you're always going to be in that vicious cycle. But when you start focusing on what you want and you say, I'm not going to connect with others through what I can do for them. I will connect with others through how I show up in the world. And if one of my biggest goals is to protect others and to make them feel good, then I know that I'm not going to achieve that by enabling them to stay around me, because then they're gonna feel better about themselves. I want them to find that strength within them that I found in myself. Because no matter how much I can do for others, my energy can never be a substitute for what they can do for themselves. Nobody in this world will ever see me the way I see myself. Nobody can give me what I can give to myself. And once I understood that this goes for every single person in the world. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, but I understood that the best way to encourage the people around me to feel their best self, to fill up their cup of energy and their way of living, INFJ or not, is to focus on what makes them happy. And I'll never be able to make them see that by focusing on them and telling them how great they are. It's not that I don't do that, but here's the big difference. Before, I did it at my own expense. And people don't listen to what you say. People listen to what you do. So I might be the one telling myself, put yourself first. Be important to yourself. You matter. That's what I'm saying. But what she sees is that I'm neglecting myself. So why should she listen to me? Why should she prioritize herself when she sees that I'm not doing the same thing for myself? So if you want to really protect others, if you really want people to feel the power of their own being, it's on you to focus on yourself. It's time that you protect yourself first, that your preferences matter most. Find an outlet to help. Find a way to encourage others to stick up for themselves, but never ever take your eyes off of your journey. And that journey has to matter to you, even if you wouldn't be helping that particular person. See, this channel is a great outlet for me because I get to help people, but I don't do it and I expect something back. I don't expect something back from Anna or from Damien or whoever it is. I'm showing up as myself. I'm filling myself up. This is my truth. And whoever feels encouraged through that connects with me. So people love me for me loving myself. When before, every time I showed up in a way how I thought others wanted to see me, what I thought others would like. And I was willing to do that at the price of what I love. I didn't want people to see my intensity. I didn't want people to see that I'm a little bit esoteric, that I don't live by the norm, that I believe I can live outside of what other people think is right. And the moment I started doing that, I lost a lot of people in my life. It's not that the people before sort of liked me, and now that I stand up for myself and I protect myself, that they say, oh, you're the coolest person ever. Yeah, some of them do, but a lot of them feel like, oh, okay, I had a completely different image of her. I thought she was cool, what they considered cool, and now I know she's just weird. She's just out there. She's just too much out of the box, and they leave. But because I stand up for myself, because I'm going the journey that I want, I feel so great about myself. I don't think about the people who dislike what I'm doing because I like myself so much. How many of you who are protecting others really are proud of the person that you are? And you feel like, yes, of course people would like me because I like myself. I'm interesting. I love what I do. And the people who don't, that's on them. I'm not even thinking about them because apparently they don't love that I love myself. Remember the quote I just mentioned. I love whoever loves me. You can admire people for being different than you. You can admire people who don't see why you're going this way that you're going. But don't ever feel like you have to stop protecting yourself. You have to stop putting yourself first in order to be accepted by others. Because every single time you do that, you say, whatever they think about me is more important than what I think about me. And if you keep on going this direction of standing up for yourself, you see how you actually protect others more and more because you're an example and showing them that they too can show up in their authentic self. They too can go for their dreams. They too can achieve the life they always wanted because they see that you're doing it, that you're not waiting for others' approval, that you're not playing by anybody's rules but your own. That's what's gonna make you protect others the most. It's time you live your INFJ epic life. And if you look at your life right now, how it really is, now how you would want it to be in your mind, and it doesn't fulfill you with joy, then take small steps towards it. Step into your SE. Make it a reality. It's about those small steps that will make the biggest difference. And be willing to put your own well-being first. You'll see you'll be able to protect and help so many more people than if you would neglect your own well-being. Because remember, people don't listen to what you're saying. People look at what you do and who you are. Be the difference you want to see in the world, and you'll recognize how epic your life can be. Remember guys, if you want to take the next step and join the bootcamp, this will be the third bootcamp this year. It's been great so far, and we have a great Facebook group as well. Then sign up for the waiting list below. The early bird admission starts on June 27th. And if you want to watch another video now that is aligned with today's topic, then watch the video on why INFJs can't stop feeling guilty. Like always guys, I wish you a wonderful day, a great week, and I talk to you next time. Bye.